Day 3 back of the Yankees. Indians in Toronto. David Wells and Bartolo Colon. In the first, Colon. 98 miles per hour on Shannon Stewart. Later, he gets Tony Batista swinging, then rings up Carlos Delgado and Jose Cruz Jr. Colon struck out the first 6 hitters he faced, tying Bob Feller's tribe record. Colon struck out 10 in the game. Wells, equal to the task, gets Manny Ramirez and Alex Ramirez. 2 Ramirez's for the price of 1. Wells matched the season high with 11 strikeouts. Get some help here in the 4th. It's Manny. To left center, Shannon Stewart, full extension. And wouldn't you know it, in the bottom of the 4th, it's who else? Stewart. To left center, his 13th of the year. It's 1-0 Blue Jays. Colon would give up a career-high 4 home runs. Later, it's Brad Fulmer. Say hello to my left front. His second 2-run homer of the game, 20th of the year. Blue Jays have 5 players now with at least 20 home runs for the first time ever. Colon tagged for 7 runs and 5 1/3, while Wells goes for the complete game, brings up Manny, then gets Travis Fryman. Wells allows just 5 hits, becoming the Major League's first 16-game winner. The complete game is Wells' 5th of the season. The Yankees hit the yard in Baltimore, going for a 3-game sweep of the Orioles. Top 1-2 on. Sidney Ponson to David Justice. To left, and this is going to be off the wall. Paul O'Neill will score. It's a double for Justice, and the Yankees lead 1-0. There's that word again. Bottom 1-1. Albert Bell facing Doc Gooden. Derek Jeter. Jose Vizcaino, 6-4-3. Bell still without a home run in July. Gooden allowed just 1 run in 5 2/3. Top 2, they're full for Paul O'Neill. Brian Thompson scores. They weigh Vizcaino. It's 3-1. Ponson gave up 4 runs on 8 hits in 7 innings. He's got just 1 win in 8 starts since June 10th. Next batter, it's Bernie. Met fans take notice. Mike Bordick, diving stop and a nice throw, saves 2 runs and ends the inning. Bottom 7, they're on the corners for Bell. Takes Stanton to center. Bernie sticks the landing. Top 8, it's Williams at the dish facing Ponson. To center, it's new guy Luis Matos is into the wall. It is gone for a home run. Or is it? The ump says, you know what, it's still in play. Williams settles for a triple. Joe Torre, he has some thoughts. Take another look. The ball, you'll see here, actually hits the pipe back there and bounces back in. Should have been a home run, but Williams scored on the next play anyway. Yankees win 4-1 as Dwight Gooden wins his 3rd straight start. Yanks sweep the series. They outscore the O's 27-5 in the 3-game set. Acquired in a 4-for-1 deal with the Phillies on Wednesday. Arizona needed some pitching help with Todd Stottlemyre out with an elbow tear. He's not expected back until at least September. And who better to fill that spot than Curt Schilling? He grew up in Phoenix and goes back pitching pretty well. 5-2 with a 2.00 ERA in his last 8 starts. Schilling is expected to make his Diamondback debut Friday at Florida. Going to the Phillies, Travis Lee, whose struggles got him sent down to AAA Tucson July 16th. And speaking of struggling, Omar Dahl has been brutal this year. 2-10, 7.22 ERA. That's not all, though. The Phillies getting more players. Pitchers Vicente Padilla and Nelson Figueroa. Figueroa is considered a promising prospect, while Padilla has been strong coming out of that Arizona bullpen. He could become the Phillies' closer down the road. Happy with his new deal. First batter of the game, Darryl Kyle to Tony Womack. He goes through it. Mike Matheny tags him, and you're out. Next batter, Hanley Frias. Kyle, 1 earned runs in 8 innings. He allowed 10 hits, struck out 4. Still top 1-0 Arizona after a Luis Gonzalez home run. Steve Finley down the line. Eduardo Perez doing a nice job filling in for Big Mac at first. Bottom 1st now, still 1-0 Arizona. 1st and 3rd for Jim Edmonds. Going the other way against Armando Reynoso. It drops in for a ground rule double. Fernando Vina scores to tie it. Edmonds 3 for 4. Reynoso allowed 8 earned runs on 10 hits and 5. Edmonds on 3rd for Eduardo Perez to right center. Danny Batista, great play cutting this one off. And a great throw to second where Perez is meat. It's 4-1 St. Louis. Bottom 3, 1st and 2nd for Thomas Howard. To center, Jim Edmonds comes in. It is now 5-1 Cardinals. Diamondbacks may have got Curt Schilling, but showing no signs of the enthusiasm here. Bottom 5, Howard again off Reynoso, a 3-run home run. He had 4 RBI. Cardinals hold on to win the game, and Big Mac approves as he continues sitting out on the sidelines. Darryl Kyle joins Randy Johnson, Tom Glavine, and Greg Maddux as National League pitchers with at least 12 victories this season.
Back back at Coors. Coors, what a great place for Jeffrey Hammonds. Long driver, 2 hits in this game for Hammonds. He's hitting .362, 16th home run of the year. 5-3 Rockies, but wait a minute. Davey Johnson, the Dodgers protest for good reason. Check out the replay just in case you stepped away to pet the dog. A fan clearly reaches over and hauls it in. Johnson, who ironically also argued the Jeffrey Merritt call while with the Orioles, also loses that argument. Brian Bohannon gets in the action against Perez, doubling. Ben Petrick scores on that all the way from first. It's 6-3 Colorado. The first inning, by the way, lasted 36 minutes. Bottom 4, 6-4 Colorado, bases full, nobody out. Jeff Cirillo smacks it. Bohannon would score. Brian Hunter would score. 2 of Cirillo's 4 RBIs. The Rockies finally look like the team earlier in this year that was actually making a run. 11-4 the final. Cirillo and Jeffrey Hammonds facing San Diego. That's Adam Eaton. Perfect through 5 1/3. Perfect until Bobby Estalella. Bobby Estalella has someplace else to go. His 11th home run of the year. His only hit of the game. He's hitting .280. Ties it at 1. Still in the 6, 2 outs for Marvin Bernard. Bernard, he's been lifting. Second homer of the inning for the Giants is Bernard's 9th homer of the year. Makes it 2-1 San Francisco. Same score. Brett Boone on third, 2 outs. Damian Jackson against Sean Estes. It's a blooper. Marvin Bernard knows you have to wreck your body to save your name, and the Giants remain up 2-1 thanks to that great play. Giants were up 3-1. Bottom 9, Al Martin facing the tough Rob Nen with a runner on second. It's a 3-2 count. Martin would try to check it, couldn't. Nen would get the last batter to ground out anyway, and Nen gets his 12th save in July. Giants win 3-1. Nen 24 save overall and 29 chances. The Giants improved to 17-6.
His last time out, Friday night against Anaheim, Hudson gave up 9 runs in 5 1/3. Hudson to start Wednesday against Seattle. Oakland taking the field just 4 games behind the first-place Mariners. And look out, the Moose is on the loose. Top 3, 1 on, 1 out. It's Paul Abbott, Ramon Hernandez. Hernandez, 2-run blast to left. His 11th of the year. It's now 2-1 ball game. In the top of the 4th, it's Ben Grieve at the plate against Paul Abbott. A grounder off Abbott's leg. Right to Olerud, thank you very much. He's out. And bottom 4 is David Bell against Hudson. Mike, you were watching this one intently.
I saw this thing. I said, it will not go foul. They have the straightest, levelest playing field there in Seattle. Tough break for Huddy. He makes the nice pitch. Now how do you get out of it? Well, here's a replay of that pitch. Good breaking ball downstairs. Huddy has an outstanding sinker, outstanding changeup and forkball that come out of the same plane, same release point, which makes him so effective. So now he's in a little bit of trouble. What do? Get yourself out of a jam with the double play. Ground ball, Miggy Tejada to Velarde to Giambi. Good defense, Ace.
In the top of the 5th, it's 3-1 Oakland. It's Terrence Long. What a year he's had. Looping one to left. Eric Chavez comes in to score. It's now 4-1 Oakland. And that's the score in the top of the 8th. Jason Giambi at the plate. Timmy, what do you have?
Well, I know his right arm weighs more than I do. That's how big and strong this guy is, and you cannot make a mistake down in the strike zone to him. When you're this strong, you can hit the ball an awful long way. 26 homers, 91 RBIs for this guy.
Now hitting .334. Oakland winning at 6-1. Tim Hudson bouncing back, giving up second. Troy Gloss is the batter. What a year he's having. This is his 30th home run of the year, and it's 1-0 in favor of Anaheim. That's the score. Timmy in the bottom of the 2nd.
And here's Gabe Kapler, young player, trying to find his way. He's doing pretty well lately. Hit at 400 in his last 10 games. And they get a ball out over the plate to him. He's an extremely strong guy, extremely athletic. It just takes a while for young players, that's all.
He's now got a 10-game hitting streak. Bottom 4, Bill Hasselman in there for the injured Pudge Rodriguez. Double down the left field line. Chad Curtis comes in to score, and Texas is now up by the score of 3-1. Next man up for the Rangers, Mike Lamb. Showing Weiss wild pitch. Kapler comes in to score, and Texas is now up by the score of 4-1. 2 outs and a runner on third for Luis Alicea. Checks it.
That is a
fair ball. Alicea is safe at first. Hasselman scores. Texas up 5-1. That's a score in the top of the 6th. Tim Salmon. It's a 3-1 pitch. And that's gone. 3-run shot for Salmon. His 25th career homer against the Rangers. And it's now 5-4. Top 9, that's the score. Run on third, one out. John Wetland. Spezio, Scott to center. Orlando Palmeiro scores, and just like that, we're all tied up at 5. That's the score, bottom 9. Frank Coronado deep to right center. Garrett Anderson can't make the play. Ball hits off the wall. Coronado all the way to third. He's hitting .450 as a pinch hitter with 2 outs. Rusty Greer, game tied. Base hit to left. Ball game. Rangers win it by the score of 6-5. Darren Erstad in this one, 0 for 5, just his 16th hitless.
Lucky again, perhaps, for this one. Top 1, Kevin Millwood facing Mark Kotsay. Into right, and this ain't luck. It's Trinidad Hubbard. This in support of Millwood, who gave up 3 runs on 7 hits and 6 2/3. Bottom 1, this is Wally Joyner. And that's a home run, his 3rd of the year. It's 2-0 Braves. Joyner now 8 hits shy of 2,000. The countdown continues. Bottom 2, 2 on, 1 out. Rafael Furcal. And look at the speed getting up the line. Great stop by Luis Castillo, but he beats it out. Keith Lockhart scores 3-0. Bottom 3, Burnett facing Javi Lopez. To left and gone. Javi's 2nd home run in 2 games, his 17th of the year. It's 5-0. Burnett tagged for 6 runs on 6 hits and 4. Bottom 4. John Bowles elects to walk Wally Joyner to load the bases, so Burnett is facing Lopez. This is to left. Rafael Furcal is going to test Cliff Floyd. And again, look at the speed from Furcal. Floyd is pretty close, but not close enough. 6-0. Top 9, 2 on, 2 out. Guess who? John Rocker, with runners on 1st and 2nd. 3-2 to Luis Castillo. Gets them to end the game. The flip to Joyner covering. The Braves win 6-3. Rocker's save is his 13th and 1st since June 23rd.
Cubs and the Phillies. Kurt Schilling on his way to Arizona saying his goodbyes, cleaning out the locker.
Well, he's been linked to
Start of the game. Where is everybody? Bruce Chen, former Brave. Down goes Eric Young. First bat of the game. Later in the 1st, Damon Buford, down he goes. Things, though, would change in the 2nd, wouldn't they, Tim?
Right, Bruce Chen is really going to help this club. It was a nice trade for the Phillies to get a younger guy, but here he's going to lose his control. Didn't miss by much there. Now, this is what Earl Weaver, this is killer Earl Weaver. Pitcher's up there in a bunch. They're giving you an out. Let him have the out and throw the ball over the plate. Bruce Chen did not in that situation, and it gets in all sorts of trouble.
Rookie Gutierrez draws a 3rd walk of the inning. Forces in Girardi. Next man up, bases loaded, Mark Grace. What a game he had. Base hit to center. That scores 2, and the Cubs are up by the score of 4-0. Chen gave up 4 runs on 3 walks and 3 hits in the inning. Now, Henry Rodriguez, check swing, ball gets passed, and Henry is out. Next man up, Bobby Abreu, gone. The Phillies cut the lead to 4-3. Top 4, 2 on, 2 out. Sammy, right center, 3-run home run, his 30th of the year. That made it 7-3 Chicago. 8-5 Cubs, bottom 8, 2 on, 2 out. Brian Hunter, look at this. Way back, 3-run shot. We're now tied up at 8. Top 9, 8-8, bases loaded. Gutierrez walks. Paul Bird walks him. Forces in a run, Cubs up 9-8. Next man up, bases loaded for Mark Grace. His 2nd career grand slam. Cubs up 13-8. Next man up, we're not done yet, Sammy. His 2nd of the game, 31st of the year. The Cubs explode late to beat Philadelphia 14-9. Mark Grace 4 for 5, drives in 6 runs. It's Jermaine Dye. He had 2 homers on Tuesday, and looky here. His 26th of the year, that's 1 off his career high for a season, 2-0 Royals. Bottom 6, 4-zip KC, Maglio Ordonez topping it, Greg Zahn fielding and throwing. We have a collision at 1st. Runners now on 1st and 3rd. And the next man up is Herbert Perry, 2 for 5 in the game, base hit. Frank Thomas comes in to score. It's now 4-1, White Sox within 3. White Sox now down 1. The pinch hitter, Paul Konerko, base hit. In comes Greg Norton. We're all tied up at 4. Tied at 5 in the 9th. Johnny Damon. Fair ball. Greg Zahn comes in to score. Damon 1 for 5 in the contest. It's now 6-5 KC. Ray Sanchez 3 for 5. This is one of the 3 hits. Drives in a run. 7-5 KC.
And it's 7-5.
Bottom of the 9th. 1 out for Jose Valentin. Pinch hitting. Deep to right. There's no one on, so it's a solo home run. And just like that, White Sox within 1 at 7-6. That's the score still in the bottom of the 9th. And Perry flies out to Jermaine Dye, and the Royals hang on to win by the score of 7-6. James Baldwin, a no decision, gave up 4 runs in 7 innings. The Tigers. And there he is. How'd he do?
Talk about a pure hitter. Juan Gonzalez hasn't faced live pitching in a while. Let me get up there. Got a 1-strike count. Esteban Yan, slider left up in the middle of the plate. Juan Gonzalez does not miss that pitch, whether it's been 16 days or not.
So it's Davy Cruz coming to bat. Gonzalez on second. And Cruz a base hit to center. Gonzalez comes in to score. And it's 2-0 Detroit team in the first inning.
Davy Cruz hit 4th the other day, by the way. It's pretty amazing. Here's Jeff Weaver. Great stuff. Has great movement on its ball. Runs it all over the strike zone and sometimes out of the strike zone. But here he runs it in on Jose Canseco, who can't believe it ran in that much. Watch, he tips his hat to the pitcher. You don't often see that. But this time, Jeff Weaver is going to make a mistake to Steve Cox because he's not going to get the movement in. That ball runs back over the plate, and Steve Cox hits it over the fence.
Weaver not happy about this turn of events. Bottom 6, Esteban Yan facing Gonzalez. And that's a pop-up. Gonzalez in the game went 1 for 3, scored a run. And the D-Rays go on to beat the Tigers by the score of 6-2. It's the 39th time this season Detroit has scored 2 runs or less. Fred McGriff 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Steve Cox 2 for 3 for Tampa Bay. Back on baseball tonight, we have the Astros and we have the Reds. Bottom of the 3rd, it's Ken Griffey up. Reds are up 1-0. Bill Spires, Moises Alou. Who's got it? No one's got it. Larkin scores from first. Griffey trying to go to 3rd.
That ball was up in the air an awful long time.
Bagwell guns out Griffey at 3rd. Reds up 2-0. Top of the 4th, Mitch Molesky. Pokey Reese and Larkin go back, end up colliding. Larkin dislocates his pinky. They put it back into place. He had to come out of the game, listed as day-to-day. Top 6, Jeff Bagwell's at the plate. And he goes the other way. Fair or foul? Off the fair pole, that's fair. 28th of the year. Now all tied up 2. Then Moises Alou, 2 batters later. That's gone, his 16th of the year. Way up there at Synergy Field. Throws up 3-2. Scott Ellerton, meanwhile, Mike, he's been one of the few bright spots for Houston this year.
He sure has. A location pitcher with a little running fastball that you see here to Junior. Good velocity. Notice the location, down and away. Let me throw a 4-seamer inside corner, getting Eddie Taubensee. Unbelievable action on that fastball. Great location.
Here's Octavio Dotel in his closer role, and he's been great in this. He's only got really 2 pitches, but that's really all you need if you're a closer, if you throw hard enough, and Lord knows he throws hard enough. Gets Griffey to fly out to center here, and here he just flings this thing through the zone. Eddie Taubensee, no chance against swinging at that pitch.
Dotel's not allowed a run in his 8 relief appearances. The Astros win it by the score of 3-2. Lowly Houston sweeping the contending Reds. The Astros' first 3-game sweep of the year. This after winning 2 in a row from St. Louis. Ellerton goes 7 2/3. He's 4-1 in July. A note for the Reds, they trade pitcher Manny Ibar to the Florida Marlins for pitcher Jorge Cordova.
Not the first trade for Manny Ibar, that's for sure.
He's been around, hasn't he? Brewers and Pirates. Brian Giles at the plate. Warren Morris on 3rd. Fly ball to Jeff Jenkins in left. Here we go. Morris tagging up. Jenkins throws. Morris is out at the plate. Jose Silva, meanwhile, on the mound for Pittsburgh. Mike, what do you have?
Little funky delivery here. Hides the ball extremely well. Good action on it. Charlie Hayes, that's a little 12-6 breaking ball. That's some torque. Start it up in the zone, drop it down away. And then you got the 4-seam fastball. Looking for curveball. Just enough juice to get it by you.
Jimmy Haynes, one of these young pitchers for the Brewers with really good stuff. Very quietly, they're building a pretty nice staff there. This ball's in the dirt. Raul Casanova, kind of an interesting attempt to block that ball, and he throws it into left field. Kevin Young scores.
In the bottom of the 4th, Morris at the plate, 2 outs, 3-0 Pittsburgh. Luis Lopez, great play to rob Morris of a single. That ends the inning. In the bottom of the 6th, Kevin Young on first. Pat Mears at the plate. Single to left. Jeff Jenkins all the way to the wall as it gets past him. Young scores from first. Pittsburgh up 4-1, and the Pirates go on to win by the final score of 5-4. After going winless in 14 straight starts dating the last season, Silva now has won his last 2 for Pittsburgh, and both have come